What's going on, everybody? This is TAETRO, your electronic music mentor, and today I want to show you what I carry in my backpack. First things first, if you enjoy live electronic music performances, tutorials, or content that's going to make you a more productive producer, click that subscribe button down below. I'm going to link all the products that you see today in the description, where you can also find my social links, so you can go ahead and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Before we get too into it, let's talk about the bag itself. This is a relatively inexpensive bag from Amazon, and I really expected it to kind of be junk because it was under $30, but I needed something bigger with lots of pockets, and this bag absolutely has lots of pockets. I've taken it on a couple trips, plane rides, train rides, and it's lasted pretty well. The straps are comfortable, and there's so much storage in this thing. You'll see by how much I fit in here. There's one large pocket, a medium-sized pocket with a bunch of little pouches in it, a small top front compartment, a mid-sized front compartment, and this little bonus pouch on the back. Let's start to unpack it and I'll show you what I got. Starting with the main pouch, I've got my MacBook Pro, tried and true, my workhorse. It's a 2018 MacBook Pro. I've never had any issues. It does require dongles to attach pretty much anything that's not USB-C, but I'll get into that in a bit. My Moleskine notebook. So this is one of the larger sizes, and I just like to take notes on paper, not digitally, and especially when I'm like brainstorming ideas, I like to really just write them out. And this pen is also a Moleskine pen, so it clips right onto the Moleskine, which makes it far less likely that I'll lose it. Obviously not far less likely that I'll drop it. Two rugged, lacy hard drives. One is a 1 terabyte that I mostly use for backing things up. The second one, this is like my working drive. This has my Final Cut libraries on it, some plugins. Basically, I take a lot of the stuff on this that I'm really afraid to lose and back it up on the smaller drive. Carry them both just in case. Last thing in the main pocket, I've got a Belkin power brick. This is one of the bigger ones. Takes a while to charge it, but then again, it powers a lot of things and doesn't go dead very easily, so I can just have it for days, plug my phone into it, plug my iPad into it, and be good to go. Moving on to the next mid-size pocket. This pocket is where I keep my MIDI controller that I'm traveling with. Most of the time lately, it's been this blacked out Akai MPK Mini. I love the look of it. It's a great travel controller because it's got keys, pads, and knobs, and you really can't beat the aesthetic. I kind of flip between a bunch of different controllers, as you guys probably know, but my other favorite travel controller is the Seaboard block. Now, the profile is so small, so if things are starting to get heavy or I need to save space, Seaboard block is the way to go. Solves the keys and pad issue by the type of membrane it is. These aren't really keys. This is really like a membrane that you push. So it's kind of like having keys and pads, just lose some of the knobs and extra functions that the MPK Mini has. I'm not going to put it in my bag without protecting it though, and I have this cool little sleeve that my mom made. Feels a lot safer putting it in this and then throwing it into the bag. This pocket and the little pouches inside it is also where I keep all my cables, USB, and my aux cables, which I travel with two because I can run one out from, say, my computer to a recorder and the other one out to a speaker, meaning that I can play and record live out loud. That's about it for the middle pocket. Now for the small pocket on top, this pocket is where I keep all the stuff that I want to be able to grab quickly because it's on top. It can be in my bag. I can reach around back, unzip it, grab it out. So all of my camera batteries are in there. This isn't even all of them. I keep the DJI Osmo Pocket in there. If you don't know, the DJI Osmo Pocket is a little gimbal camera that shoots up to like 4K 60. I usually shoot in 1080 60. It's really smooth footage. If you watched my new Soundpack vlog recently, most of that was shot on this. I really liked vlogging with this a lot better than my big Lumix G85. It's just so much more discreet and it just stays a lot steadier. I also like to shoot second angles a lot of the time, so the second angle in that clip of me playing the keyboard is shot on the Osmo Pocket. It's cool because it just stands up by itself and then I can tilt it to look any direction I want. Awesome little device, really easy to throw in a bag. Definitely should put it back in the case though. Then I have my AirPods. I love AirPods. They don't get tangled in anything. I can very easily have phone conversations, listen to podcasts, listen to music. I love my AirPods. Then all the dongles and adapters. This is my main dongle by Moken. I've gone through a couple different brands of these. They've all had some sort of issue. This one seems to be working out well. It's got an SD card reader, which I need obviously for my camera and my videos, 2 USB ports for my controllers or my interface, and then an HDMI out, which goes to my monitor. This is just a single USB-C adapter, just in case maybe something needs a little more power than the dongle can provide. I haven't really run into that issue yet, but I never know if I need to plug something in to another port. This is a lightning to USB cable, which allows me to connect maybe a controller to my phone or my iPad. Now, when you try to do this with the MPK, we all know it says accessory not supported, draws too much power, which then you need to go ahead and attach another USB hub to it, and that'll solve your problem. That to me is another reason why I end up using the C-board block, because I don't need any wires with that. It's Bluetooth. This requires one less step. Then I have the 1/8 inch to lightning converter, which will allow me to bring audio out of, say, my phone or the iPad. Say I wanted to listen on my bigger headphones, not my AirPods, I could do that. And then I could also record out if I was doing, say, a session with my iPhone or iPad. I could record directly out from the phone into a recorder using an 1/8 inch cable and the adapter. In that back Velcro pocket, I keep my iPad. It's an older iPad, maybe 2016 or 17, but I still like to have it mostly for entertainment purposes, but also I like to use cool musical apps like Sampler and Groovebox, and sometimes it's nice to use those on a bigger screen, or some of them are only available on iPad. The last pocket is the mid-size pocket on the front. This is where I keep my headphones. These are my Bose over-ear headphones. They're really rough and rugged. I've had them for a long time. I know they're not like the best mixing headphones, but they sound great bass response, and I just really like the way they can fold up and easily wrap up. Very easy to throw into a bag. Got my field recorder, which obviously I talk a lot about. I've got a Movo windscreen on top of it. I like this one specifically because you can switch the pattern and get a really wide stereo field. I use this not only for field recordings, but to record sessions into it. If, say, I want to get it off the table, I have this little Joby GorillaPod. I can get it off the table or off the ground and just aim it at something to record. With this stand, I can also use this adapter to put my phone on. So if I wanted to shoot some video or take pictures on my phone and needed a tripod, I could use this for that as well. I don't always travel with an audio interface, but it's always nice to have just in case. So I've got the Complete Audio 2. It's a 2-channel interface with both XLR and 1/4 inch combo inputs. Love the aesthetic of this as well. Matches up super nice with the MPK. Shiny black. It's a little bit smaller than my Scarlett 2i2, so it makes it a little bit more travel friendly. And this is just a great go-to for a mobile studio setup. The last thing is not actually in the bag, sorry for being misleading, but it's connected to the bag. This is the JBL Flip 4. I love this speaker. I've gone through a bunch of different Bluetooth speakers. This one just sounds the best. It's got a lot of bass. It's got an 1/8 inch input, which is crucial if you're planning on playing live through this thing. It's also waterproof. I actually threw this thing in the ocean while I was in Aruba and it had no problems whatsoever. It kept on playing, which is why I feel super comfortable clipping it onto the outside of my bag. So it just hangs there. It doesn't take up any space within the bag. And say I got caught in rain or some kind of weird weather situation, this thing would be fine. It's just always great to be able to play out loud at a certain quality, and you don't want to bring studio monitors places. That's not a portable option. And from what I can tell, this is the best small portable speaker option for music producers. All right, so that's all the stuff in my backpack. What did you think? What am I missing? Do you suggest I get something else, different brands? I would love for you to let me know. I'm obviously always carrying around my camera, my G85, which I'm shooting on, so I'm not showing you, but I'm usually carrying that. Would love to hear about what's in your bag. The cool thing about all this gear in this setup is that it's one backpack, and really in this backpack, I've got a mobile studio setup, good to go anywhere I need to. And I love just having that freedom of being mobile and being portable. So that's why I'm sort of drawn to the more mini style keyboards, smaller sized audio interfaces, the super slim MacBook Pro, foldable headphones. This whole thing is just really what I'm all about. Portability, flexibility, keeping things as simple as possible. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy live electronic music performances, tutorials, and content to make you a more productive producer, please click that subscribe button. This has been TAETRO, your electronic music mentor. Have a good one. Realized that I didn't put the Mac charger in this video. It fits in the bag. Big pocket. Also, check out the ridiculous overhead setup that I had to do to get those shots. In case anyone was wondering how I get these cool overhead shots, literally my GorillaPod on a mic stand, weighed down by a stool. Sorry.